Hello and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur. Today we have Zainab here with us, and she's based off in Nigeria and also works internationally. She's a fashion designer, and then also, she went through a lot of trouble in her business, but then rebuilt as well, and then eventually now she started to actually coach other people as well, other businesses, other creative businesses. So, Zainab, please introduce yourself to our audience.
My name is Zainab Oduniyi, and I'm the founder and creative director of Tosha Woods. It's a bridal brand, bridal and special occasions design, and I'm now the lead instructor and coach at Zainab Oduniyi.
Wonderful, yeah. So tell us please a little bit about this. We talked about this in the green room before we started recording. That you actually built a business and it was very busy, and then you ended up sort of like losing everything. So tell us a little bit about that and what changed.
Okay. So I built a business, very, very busy one. We had different areas and different markets we're servicing. And just like that, we lost everything twice. First of all, it was a fire, and then everything, we had to start all over again. That wasn't in our control. The next one was a riot, a big one. A year after, everything was demolished, things were stolen, so intellectual property gone. So we literally had to start again. So after the second one, I started to think that, okay, this can't just be a coincidence. The universe is saying something to me. I need to look deeper. And I stopped seeing myself as a business in a particular location. I started seeing myself globally. I literally had to spin the story in my head and told myself, you know what, I don't need walls to operate. And so that's why I started re-engineering my processes and thinking outside the box. So in doing that, with limited resources to start again, I was forced to think clearly what was giving me the most trouble, what was giving me the most reward, what am I most aligned with, what comes naturally to me, what do I do the best. And so I started answering these questions gradually, and I was able to let go of the areas that brought me so much pain with little reward. And I was able to cling and scale grow the parts that made me feel fulfilled. And I wasn't just growing it, I was now growing it in a scalable format. You know, as creatives, we tend to put passion into what we are doing. Almost everything we do, we just passionately go after these things and we start burning out gradually. But what I realized is it's not, being burnt out is not a badge of honor. It's not. You're likely going to lose your business eventually. So I started to put my product offering in scalable formats. So my client and I had to meet each other halfway. And
Okay.
I noticed when I found the sweet spot, everybody was happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, sweet spots are really important, definitely. And so what are you doing now? What's your main thing that you're working on right now?
Okay, so now I'm working on brand positioning for other creative entrepreneurs. Yes, that's under my own name, Zainab Oduniyi.
Okay, excellent. So you're basically coaching them and helping them build their own brands and
Yeah,
businesses. And you mentioned you also have some clients in Canada and US and all around.
yeah.
So that's great. And
Okay,
now, what do you
yes.
help them with?
So
What do
what I
you
help them do is to escape.
escape? Sorry, I lost you there for a moment.
So what I help them do is to escape competition. There's nothing sweeter than to escape competition and find a new market, a market that you are perfectly in alignment with your own unfair advantages. So basically, we do a consultation, we sit together, speak very strategic questions. You answer, and then I come up with a report showing you or telling you what your unfair advantage is, and putting a product report for you where you can, pick up these sets of products as a creative instead of just creating endlessly. You would now have categories of things that you sell.
Okay, excellent. And how is this helping?
Services.
Yeah. So how is this helping your clients?
So it's, first of all, it's giving them a laser focused vision, and it's decluttering their mind. It helps them see where they have an unfair advantage, identify it. Once we've identified that, it helps them align their goals with their resources and the markets that they can service. So it's like we are trying to find you that sweet spot that ultimately servicing an untapped market. So there are untapped markets everywhere, but sometimes we don't know, because everyone has something you have that you can do better than someone else. It could be your lived experience, it could be your expertise, it could be your talent, it could be, it's just something very unique about you. So when you take elements of all this and you work it into your overall strategy, you will be able to deliver unmatched advantage over your so there's no competition actually, because competition cannot wake up and replicate your ideas that easily. So we are helping them escape competition really and
Great.
grow fast.
So what's your sort of piece of advice that you can share with someone who is actually an entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur, and sort of lost at the moment in terms of what are the next steps they need to take in order to, sort of like beat the competition?
Hmm. Okay. So so the goal here is not actually to beat competition. We want to make them non-existent.
Okay.
Make them non-existent.
Yeah.
The first step is to identify your unfair advantage.
Unfair advantage. And what would that be for someone, for example?
Uh, for someone, it could be your upbringing, your experience, it could be your parenting a child with ADHD, autism. You've lived through that experience, and you know the certain foods they eat. There's just different care programs. You've probably developed something and found something miraculous, like it's magic to someone else, but you've had to find a way out of a situation. For someone like me, it would be how I got out of the building back, especially when the first time I was in some sort of debt and I still had to repay, all that money that was lost. I got it. So there, I had to walk through a financial process of repaying, rebuilding. That's an advantage that I have over someone else. So lived experiences for me is one of the most authentic unfair advantages people have. Next is technical experience. There are sometimes, so for me now, I took I strategically took courses in tech. I'm a fashion designer. I really shouldn't be taking tech courses. But what it did for me was I was able to build a framework around the iteration process of product development. And I took a course in product management. So I woke up and I'm like, wow, this is how to build products. Well, I didn't wake up to want to build products in tech.
Mhm.
I still want to build creatively focused products. So if I go into a consultation with you, it's so fast. As in, I just go in and before the end of the session, by your reports, I'm done. I've built a set of products that are revenue generating for you.
Mhm.
So those are ways use your unfair advantages for someone else. Yeah.
Wonderful,
So
wonderful. Thanks a lot for answering that. So, if someone wants to actually get in touch with you, learn more about you, or connect to you, how they can do that?
yeah, they can follow me on Instagram at Zainab.Oduniyi, and you can email me at zo@zainaboduniyi.com. And yeah, then there's a link in my bio when you can reach out to me. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I can share also some of these links as well in the description of the episode. And yeah, thank you so much for being a guest. Thank you all for watching and listening to this
Thank
episode.
you.
If you liked it, drop us a like, subscribe, and yeah, see you all in the next episode. All the best and bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Bye.